Hello, my name is Nioka Lynn. Happy Wednesday. I wanted to come on today and touch on something I said yesterday or a couple of days ago about our emotions being our guidance system and how it's important to feel our emotions. It shows us where we're at, what we're holding on inside. Emotions will pop up all day, every day, to certain degrees, to certain levels. The purpose of your emotions is to experience them, not to stay stuck or identify as them. If you become angry, you are not anger, you are feeling anger. Same thing with depression. You can say, "Well, I'm depressed." No, you're not depressed. You're feeling depression. So I think it's important to understand that we don't become slaves to our emotions. We experience them. We have this amazing design in our body. We are one big ball of energy with many energy systems. It's like a confluence of energy works in us. And we have our nervous system, we have our meridians, we have chakras. Now, we have many chakras in our body, and what chakras are? Well, the Sanskrit word for it is wheel. So we have different energy centers in our body that spin energetically, and we have the ones from our tailbone up to here. There's 7 of them, and when they are energetically spinning properly, balanced, it's wonderful. Everything flows. You are in full alignment of who you are. But then when emotions arise, say you got your heart broke and you felt sad, you felt crushed. Well, that affects your heart chakra. It's something to experience. Now, what I mentioned previously was I process. Okay, so I process. Now, say someone come in my life and my heart got broke for whatever reason. I left, they left, whatever happened. Okay. So my process is to sit back and ask myself, why did this person show up in my life? Why did this transpire? It's not something to beat myself up on, although I have been guilty of that in the past, or not taking action on my intuition. But I do the process. So I sit back and I say, okay, this person showed up in my life for a reason. This emotion rose up in me for a reason. So let's look at it. It's meant to be felt, these emotions. When we hang on to them, when we say, okay, so say your heart got broke. So when you're hanging on to this brokenheartedness, you keep thinking about it, you talk about it, you brood about it. Instead of processing it and experiencing it and chalk it up for that, an experience, you brood about it. It becomes you. You become a slave to this. And the reason this is so detrimental to us, it's not just that, oh, I'm having a bad day. No. Negative emotion and they're usually fear-based, okay? They sit in your body because now there's a disease brewing, a dis-ease in your body because of this negative emotion holding on to it. It's so important to really understand that you don't just disregard your body, what it's showing you. There's all kind of signals. If you're driving in a car and the check engine light comes on, it needs something. It needs attention. When disease is happening in your body or things are happening in your body, like for me, for instance, I don't mind putting myself out there. I started getting back issues. I started getting hip issues. But I had to work because I had a fear that I wouldn't be able to take care of myself. I had a fear of not enough money. I had a fear of not having the proper support system around me to help me take care of me. So I ended up with back issues and hip issues because your root chakra is your first, excuse me, base chakra. Pardon me. And that's where the negative emotion will sit. Okay, so that your base chakra is all about security and your support system around you, whether it be financially, emotionally. It's your support system. It's your security. And if you don't feel like you have that around, if you don't feel like you have enough finances, or you fear not having finances, and you hang on to that negative emotion, it's not just something that pops up in your head and you think, oh, like, oh, I forgot to take dinner out of the freezer to thaw. It's not that. It's something that you stress about, you worry about. It's a thought you keep thinking, and it settles in your body. Now, emotions, you're going to feel them in your chakras. Like sometimes just say like, say you have a romantic partner and you're going to meet their parents for the first time, and you choke up, or or you might feel a little bit nervous, you choke up, you don't know how to talk. Yeah, that's your chakra, that's your throat chakra. It's a little stifled, but once you break the ice, it passes. You're not hanging on to that emotion every day. Now, if you meet the parents and say you're a gentleman and the father says something to you real derogatory, and he doesn't want you with his daughter or whatever, it might trigger a wound you had from a child of not being enough. And you'll think about this and you hang on to this. Well, it starts settling in your body. There's all different kind of things. Or like when your stomach flutters, if you get nervous, how many people will get nervous or stress about something and your stomach's all tore up, you're all tore up, or you're very angry and you feel tightness in your chest and you get headache. That's all your energy systems telling you, warning, warning, warning. I was reading through one of my old books and I wanted to show just how detrimental hanging on to negative emotion can be, um, when our focus just becomes all it can get pretty scary. So your sacral chakra, your second chakra, your root is at like the base of your tailbone, and it goes up, I think, 3 vertebrae. Then you go from your belly button, between your belly button and your root chakra, you have your sacral chakra. And they also call it the passion chakra. That's where sexuality comes in. That's where your creativity comes in. So when your sacral chakra is not functioning properly, when it's blocked, I want to read all the things that can go wrong in your body. It's kind of scary, really. So let's see. So the anatomy that it's related to is your abdomen, your sacral nerve plexus, your genitals, your reproductive organs, your kidneys, your bladder. It says the associated psychological and life issues is your passions, your emotions, your sexuality, your creativity, intimate relationships, and parenting issues. Now, the physical issues related to your second chakra being blocked, that means you're holding on to negative emotion. Now it's starting to affect your body. So what happens is fertility problems, sexual arousal disorder, nervous stomach, stiffness, stilted movements, bladder infections, kidney stones, skipped or stopped menstrual periods, and lower back pain. Now, when it becomes a psychological issue, it's a creative block. So if you're an artist of any sort, if you're a writer, a painter, a singer, you write music, whatever, it'll block your creativity. It says creative blocks, fear of relationships and commitment issues, emotional coldness, inability to experience pleasure, shallow relationships, communication problems with children. Now, in your body, physical issues with a chakra overload, an overload, that means it's like way too open, emotional eating, sexual addiction, substance abuse, frequent urination, heavy menstrual flow, PMS, hyperflexibility. Psychological issues for overload on your second chakra, bipolar disorder, panic attacks, excessive emotionality, mood swings, hypersensitivity, addictions to pleasure, emotional dependency ruled by feelings, over-associated enmeshment with children. There's all kind of things that can happen, and it's all from hanging on to negative emotion. As I said, emotions are there, they come to you, they rise up. They rise up from within you to be felt, to be experienced, not hang on to and be enslaved by it. It just becomes your whole life. It just rules everything. If you got your heart broke and you're afraid of commitment now, you may have childhood issues that you never felt good enough, or your heart was broke. Maybe you had cruel parents. Maybe they didn't nurture you the way that you would have liked. Maybe they didn't know how. Um, but you hang on to that. So then you get this thing, well, it hurts to love. It hurts to love. I know somebody who says love stinks. And that's not love. What you've experienced is attachments, people that look to you and you look to them to make you happy. That don't work. So emotions rise up. They are your guidance system. It's important to know. They're there to let you know, hey, this feels great. I love seeing this. I don't love seeing that. This made me feel this way. Feel, not this made me become this way. This caused me to feel this way. Okay, so look at it. Why? Why did it cause you to feel that way? If it's a negative emotion and someone comes and you say, well, they hurt me. They hurt me, and now, now I'm afraid. And every day you think about how they hurt you and how it didn't turn out the way you wanted. That's those attachment issues. This situation didn't turn out the way that I had planned for it to turn out. So, okay, so all this happens. So now it starts going in your body. So now you've got cancer issues. Now you've got blood pressure issues, whatever, stomach issues, digestion issues. You've got all kind of diseases growing in your body. So you say, well, what do I do about it? What do I do about it? Well, there's a lot of things you can do about it. Get help. How do I get this help? What kind of help do I look for? Look at your diet. Look at your diet. You have excess of processed foods and sugars and stuff, all these saturated poisonous fats like vegetable oils and canola oils and margarine, you know, um, food that didn't grow that way, all these processed foods. Your foods have a lot to do with your feelings, your body functioning. When your body don't feel good, you don't feel good. Meditate, as I stated. Meditate. If you're feeling anxious, sit back, breathe, grab you a piece of amethyst, sit with it, meditate, go within. Ask. Ask your spirit team, because everybody has one. Whether you think you do or not, you have one. Ask your spirit team. Pray. Ask God for clarity. Why am I always faced with this emotion? Why do I always get my feelings hurt from people or men? How many women do I know that think they've put it in their head they were hurt? They were hurt. Now all men are evil. No. Or men, I've heard this a time or two. Oh, Women, all they want you for is money. That's not true. And it's not true that all men are evil. We attract where we're at. If you attracting the same type of personality, like I was attracting the same personality in different guys, and I couldn't understand at the time. It was like, what is going on? I am so not this person. No, but I had no self-worth. Maybe you have self-worth issues. Maybe you have wounds, childhood wounds that haven't been addressed. I think it's important to know that people come in our lives and they mirror our emotions. Now, if you have been doing the work, on yourself and discovering why you attract certain things in your life, why you're so miserable, why is this happening? If you're doing the shadow work and you pray and you meditate, go within, things will be shown to you. And another way you can work on it, follow your passion. When you get wrapped up in something that you really enjoy doing, you are focused. You are really focused on that thing. It's enjoyable. That will raise your vibration. Why is it so important to raise your vibration? Because when you raise your vibration, you're more open to source. Your intuition is more on point. But if you're sitting there in a slump and you're thinking about, oh, this one hurt me, that one hurt me, I'm going to get them back, or nothing ever works out for me, I'm a failure, or you blame everybody for your situation, you're stuck. That is hell. That is hell. That's a self-created hell. When you get stuck in your thinking, when all your negative emotions and thinking get you stuck in a repetitive cycle, that is hell. That is totally out of alignment with who you truly are. You can break free. All it takes is wanting to. When you want to and put it out there, please help me. Give me guidance. Show me what's next. What do I do? If you really truly mean it and want it, it will be opened up to you. But if you just sit there and feel sorry for yourself and blame everybody else around you for all your situations and make yourself a victim, your life doesn't move forward. You just get stuck. It's like a wasted life. If you stay stuck in a loveless relationship, or you stay stuck in a job that you hate because you're afraid you're not going to make enough money, that was me. I didn't hate my job. It's just not what I wanted to be doing. It was a lot of work, and it was just a bit much. And it didn't leave me time, or energy, I should say, time and energy to do the things that really mattered to me. So start focusing on good things. Don't get stuck in your negative emotions. They're just there to it's like a check engine light. It's not a place for you to get stuck and sentenced. Your emotions are your friends. It is your guidance system. Feel it, recognize it, release it. And if you can't just automatically do that, practice, work on it. We're going to think thoughts constantly all day long. There's going to be emotions rising up inside of us all day long. Some of them will be wonderful emotions. Other emotions won't be so wonderful. And those are the ones you look at and you say, okay, why is this here? Don't beat yourself up. Don't blame everybody around you. Everything works for you, not to you. That's all I really want to say today. I just wanted to touch on that because I know a lot of us, we get stuck in our emotions. And when I say, when I feel mine, I feel mine. It's like, look, let's put this on the table. Let's put it on the table. Let's see where it's coming from, why it keeps showing up, what is the deal. And once I see what's going on, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Yeah. Well, I hope you're having a good Wednesday. I hope you're learning how to work through your emotions. Totally enjoy the great ones. Be grateful for them. Be even more grateful for the negative ones that show up. It's showing you. Check engine. You're a beautiful soul. You're an amazing, amazing network of energy. hmm Let's make it function properly. Let's get in tune. Google can be your best friend. How do I fix my negative emotion? How do I fix my base chakra? What are chakras? Google, do your research, invest in you. Show up for you every day. Don't worry about the folks around you who aren't. Find out, what is it with me? What is it with me? Don't beat yourself up. Go easy on yourself. God loves you. You need to love you too. My name's Nioka Lynn. I want you to enjoy the rest of your day. Namaste.